Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy 5th of July.
Yeah, everybody get up, get at him. Nobody's. Okay, you're drunk. You probably blew your thumb off last night with an M80, and I'm guessing you held a bottle rocket for maybe just a little bit too long. All of which was alcohol-induced, so I'm sure you guys are all just up and ready for a Monday.
Well, I hope everyone made it through last night safe and sound. Mm-hmm. It was quite the armada.
It was. Here's the thing. I've been saying this all along. We've been cramming 2 years worth of every holiday that we've had into this summer.
Yeah.
This is hot boy, hot girl / as I'm calling it, fat daddy summer, and we are getting our money's worth. Everybody I talked to was so upset that the city wasn't doing anything for fireworks. They're like, all right, we're just going to spend our entire life savings on everything that can possibly blow up.
Well, I'm sure our fireworks stands were very thankful because
boy, driving around last night was insane.
I went hung out friends. I think you went same a little later, but we left around the time when it was in the heat of firedom, and I was driving, man, and got back and I was like, wow, they just want. It was like boom, did I? I'm like, is it still fireworks? Or are we doing something else out there?
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, did I miss something? Did what are they called? The aerial things. The aerial what are they? Artillery shells.
Yeah.
Did artillery shells get like rocket powered? Because I was hearing some going off that like literally while I'm driving, I could feel my car shake. Like, did you just set off a mortar?
Yeah, there was some had some.
So it was like ground-to-air missiles going off.
Yeah, but so it sounds like everybody had a good time last night.
I hope everybody's okay,
and I hope
safe.
everybody's safe and sound.
I can't wait to read the blotter.
I'm sure glad we got a bunch of rain.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking we would have burnt this place down last night if we didn't get a bunch of rain.
You know what? I will say this. The week of torrential, devastating, shut down the city downpour that we had last week made for like a picture-perfect UFO festival.
Kind of did. Kind of bummer that and I understand why, because, I mean, the rain chances were up, and then they seemed to peter out, I guess, as the weekend kind of progressed.
It was perfect. It was humid.
Yeah.
But it was like, I mean, this was by far the coolest UFO festival we've had, and I mean like temperature-wise, in years.
So did you get a chance to partake in any of it?
I did. I browsed around a little bit. And I got to say, real quick, before anything else, I have to say 100% the most props possible to Marie Manning. I mean, she was there sun up to well past sundown.
Doing Alien Fest stuff.
To Alien Fest stuff for Main Street. Like till midnight every single night they were doing that out on the courthouse lawn.
Well, I know Juanita on the city side was doing the same thing over and everything else. So.
Massive props to the city of Roswell for UFO Festival. Massive props to Main Street Roswell for Alien Fest. I mean, you guys put in countless hours tirelessly. The entire team was just phenomenal. So
yeah, everything was cool.
Props to everybody. You guys really put in the effort.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll get a chance. We're going to replay some interviews this hour and in the 9 o'clock hour, but next hour we'll chit-chat about our UFO and 4th of July weekends and all that stuff. But so we'll have time to do that next hour. So, but yeah, I'll talk more about what we did for UFO Fest. And
I've got a fun story.
All that.
And we'll make sure that the names change to protect the innocent. But,
nice.
But boy, did I see an incident last night that was like, you should probably go home.
And that's why friends have to DD you around and stuff.
The other thing was, and this might have contributed to it, not only was it the 4th of July, not only was every piece of firepower in the city sold, it was also the first day of legal Sunday sales.
You know?
In the city.
Yeah, I heard that. I didn't know that.
I stumbled into that information. I was like...
I didn't realize that either until someone said, you can buy beer today.
Well, there was a sign at the end of one of the checkouts that I went to the store, and it just said, no alcohol sales at this register. I'm like, what's that about? It's Sunday. I thought no alcohol there. She's like, oh, no, today. I'm like, really? I'm like, we're going to throw that out today when you know that everybody is armed to the teeth with all the fireworks known to man?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's probably not a great day to launch that. We probably should have planned that out a little better.
Well, we heard the report last night.
Maybe July 11th was the day we should have launched that one.
Yeah. Although, to be honest, I didn't hear a bunch of sirens, which is a good sign.
I couldn't. What with all the mortars going off?
Although, I know about maybe 9:30 last night. I could hear the helicopters trying to come in and out of the hospital, and all. I'm like, I'm sure that's a lovely try to land there at the hospital with. It's like Vietnam trying to get into the hospital.
So you're like Francis Scott Key sitting in the back of that helicopter, right in the new version.
I was just thinking, I was like, I hope to God they're able to get in and out, no problem.
Oh, that's got to just be terrifying being a medevac chopper pilot in the.
I get to think about that because I'm hearing all the. Then I'm hearing the helicopter going into the hospital. It's like, oh man, I bet that's a slippery slope to land in tonight.
And you were probably like privy to most of it because you're right there next to the hospital. So.
Oh, anytime the helicopter comes in and out of Eastern New Mexico Medical Center, I know about it. Oh. It's treetop level right over my house because we're right in the flight plan.
You guys are right next to the helipad.
We're right in the flight plan of it coming in and out of the hospital there.
So what you deal with helicopter, I deal with train. I am right next door to the train.
Okay.
Right. And my son loves it.
Yeah.
He loves it. He cracks the window. He's like, train! It's a train! I'm like, yeah.
It's cool. We got a big old giant machine coming by the house.
2 a.m. on a Tuesday. Why?
The boys love that stuff.
Yeah. Why my son's up at 2 a.m. on a Tuesday? I don't
think
know.
he'll be a train conductor now. Like, I grew up next to a train, and next thing he's going to be a train
I'll tell
conductor.
you this: all the oorah, go boyhood of 4th of July. I think it was bred out of him last night when we were sitting there trying to watch fireworks. The first boom went off, and he's like, he was like clutching Daddy's chest.
He wasn't into all the noise.
He wasn't feeling great yesterday, anyways.
Oh, okay, maybe
but
that might
on top of that, the booms, it shook him pretty bad.
Okay, is this his first year? He's had that problem.
It seems like
he's seen the 4th of July's before and stuff. And
like the last one or last year's was no problem. I mean, for the most part.
Okay.
But yeah, so I mean, Rhiannon did what she usually does, which is cover her ears for the boom parts, but she likes the pretty lights.
Sure, yeah. Who doesn't like the lights and the flashing and the buzzing and beeping and flashing? Start going into a little Shatner there. Beeping and flashing.
I saw the flash last night. Pre-flight, 0 hour, 9 a.m.
Why are these beeping out of sequence? Beep them in sequence, please. Let me give you the rundown of what we got going on here today. I didn't even write it down. Look at that. Yep, I got it in my Cabeza Day mic.
Let's test out the brain of Michael P. Winters.
See how it's firing on a Monday morning, the day after celebrating our country's independence. We're going to start things off this hour. We're going to play our interview we had with the folks from Roswell Job Corps. I think it was on Thursday of last week. And I had a great conversation with them. They're getting fired back up for going back to business as usual here. And so they joined us on the phone Thursday. So we're going to play that for you here in just a few this hour. Next hour, we'll talk all about our weekends, talk UFO Fest, talk 4th of July, just talk about our weekends and things. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, we had Chaves County Manager Bill Williams join us talking ICIP. No, it's not insane. Insane clown
internet protocol.
Insane clown internet posse or any of that stuff. It's kind of like, I'll just call it a dream sheet, but that's not even a right term either. It's like a list of projects that a city, county would like to get done. And if they want the state to fund it, they have to put it on this list, and they have to prioritize it. And each year they have to submit this list, and they update it and prioritize projects and add and subtract. So 'tis the season to ICIP, and so that's what we talked about. So we'll play that for you here about 9:15. And then whatever else we can conjure up for today's show. So we are running tannerless. That's like rudderless, but for us, it's without a tanner.
Well, yeah, for us, it's a big deal, man.
So the computer show, I sound like an 8,000. You know, the computer show, they do the talking on the pictures.
If you want to see us, you got to go to http://www.
Yeah, get you on the fancy moving pictures, but
Actually, W.
But we do have the video stream up and going, but it's a static shot with us talking and stuff. So we'll play our interviews and things, but we're not.
You don't get our faces for one day.
You're
okay?
welcome.
For one day, I get to do radio the way I got into radio. The reason I got into radio was so that nobody had to look at this thing right here.
To be honest, that's our gift to you.
That's right. Think of that as like our fireworks. Just not having to look at us.
If those old school paper bags were still easily accessible, I'd be the unknown radio guy, and I just put that. Kids, way back in the day, there used to be a guy named the Unknown Comic. He wore literally a grocery paper bag on his head, and he did raunchy jokes while wearing a car.
Do you remember the reveal?
I don't.
When he took the bag off and it was just a smaller paper bag under. It was great. It was so fun. It was that's like my favorite bit he ever did. He's like, all right, like they made it built up the whole time. Like he's finally going to reveal his face, and he was like, he pulled it off. And it was just another bag. I'm like,
yeah. Wonder what happened to that guy.
I don't know.
Did they ever would ever know who the identity of the Unknown Comic is?
He's like the gobbledygooker. You could literally just replace him, keep like in perpetuity.
Yeah, like Menudo.
Right.
I mean the band, not the soup.
The same soup going for 45 years. We just replace the broth every month or so. You know, and I brought that up last night in a conversation. There's some I read about like there's some Italian restaurants up like in New York City that have had like their gravy going for like 90 years.
Oh yeah.
And they just replenish the ingredients.
Oh, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like they keep it on the back
the
stove.
Same pot's been going, they just keep refilling it while it's going. Yeah, I got you.
That it's like been the parts of it are the same, gravy or spaghetti sauce that they've used for 87 years. I'm like, how does that work? If you just keep stirring it, does it just like get rid of the?
I guess it's in constant state of heated thing and just keep. I don't know.
I guess, but there you go. Lesson learned. If you want to, keep a soup going in perpetuity, you just got to keep adding ingredients.
There you go.
Let the stock boil off.
This thing's had 47 chefs on it.
That roux at the bottom right down there, you could season an entire roast with just a fingertip full.
The roux at the bottom was actually started by Rue McClendon.
It was started by roux.
All right, it is 7:18. Here is your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We still have plenty of moist air coming in from the south, and that means a few more showers and thunderstorms for us. Most of those will be in the afternoon. Otherwise, it'll be mostly sunny and going up to the low 90s for our highs. Showers and thunderstorms will be likely overnight, and a few of those could have brief heavy rainfall, our low dropping to 70. A little bit better chance of rain and thunderstorms tomorrow with our high in the upper 80s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 70 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 76%. Winds currently out of the west. A little breezy, 14 miles per hour. We do have a 40% chance of some showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. They do slip in. Some storms could be severe on us with heavy rain and all of that. But I don't know. It don't seem that bad here right now. Sun's out and all that. They're kind of saying this morning we could get some of that, but looks nice out. Anyway, mostly sunny today. High of 91 expected with northeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Looks like tonight we're looking at a 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Once again, some storms could be severe. Mostly cloudy, overnight low of 70, south winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. They're saying we could get anywhere from about a tenth of an inch of rain tonight. Tuesday, 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms. They throw in could be some storms producing heavy rainfall tomorrow. Partly cloudy, highs near 86 with northeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, a 70% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Some storms could produce some heavy rainfall. Winds will be out of the southeast 5 to 10 miles per hour. Overnight low of 69 under mostly cloudy skies. Looking at Wednesday, we're looking at a 60% chance of rain. Partly cloudy and 85. East winds at around 5 miles per hour. Mostly sunny on Thursday. Highs right around 89. Friday, sunny with highs right around 91. And then looks like for the weekend, we've got a 20 to 30% chance of rain on Saturday and Sunday with highs upper 80s, pushing 90 both days there. So looks like could see some rain tonight, particularly, and tomorrow. Got some decent chances, but we'll see how that shapes up. All right, it is 20 minutes after 7 o'clock. We're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break, and then on the other side of the break, our interview with the Roswell Job Corps. The folks from them, they joined us on the phone last week. That's coming up on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Get your family together. It's all about spas. Relax and have fun in any weather.
For decades, homeowners have been frustrated because their canvas patio cover would stop the summer sun but trap the air, turning their back patio into a sauna by midday. Now there's a way to block the piercing sun and vent the hot, stagnant air with a Solara adjustable patio cover from All About Spas in Roswell. A Solara adjustable patio cover is like none you've ever seen. You control the shading. You control the ventilation, all by remote control. Let the natural light in on comfortable days. Protect your patio furniture from the rainfall or damaging ultraviolet rays, all at the touch of a button. And each Solara adjustable patio cover is custom built. Stop by All About Spas and Leisure Living at 3700 North Main in Roswell, across from Discount Tire.
It's all right here at All About Spas.
Bob Reed Pest Control protects you and your home by controlling pests that invade. Bob Reed Pest Control understands the importance of safety in and around your home from unwanted pests, and they offer answers and solutions when you need them most. Protect your home, your children, and your pets from the dangers of poisonous bugs and insects. Let Bob Reed Pest Control and their fully licensed professionals start working for you and your family today. Call 623-5344, serving all of southeastern New Mexico. Find them fast in names and numbers.
The days are filled with the smell of barbecue and the sound of kids playing in the pool. The nights are filled with the flash of fireworks. Yeah, it's tailgate season in Roswell, and here at the Tailgate Nation, we're doing our best to help your family make the most of it. Roswell Ford has the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles in southeastern New Mexico, starting at just $5,000. We're talking premium, late model cars, trucks, and SUVs you'll be proud to own and delighted to drive. Each one has passed a rigorous 139-point inspection, and Roswell Ford gives you a 3-day money-back guarantee so you can buy without being shy. Right now, your trade-in has never been worth more, so if you're upside down, this might be the time for you to get right side up again. Or consider selling your current vehicle. Roswell Ford is paying top dollar for good, clean, used cars and trucks. So why not stop by and see what it's worth? It's tailgate season and America calling. Begin your family adventure with a fresh new ride from the Tailgate Nation, Roswell Ford, at the corner of 9th and Main.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Linen can absorb up to 20 times its weight in moisture before it feels damp. Now, you don't have to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom anymore. Here's Mike Winters.
On the phone this morning from Roswell Job Corps, Joanne Lopez is there, and then she's got a couple of others there. I didn't quite catch everybody there. Good morning, guys. How's everybody doing?
We're doing well. How are you?
Good, doing good. Now, Joanne, I caught you there. Who else is joining you there in the room?
Yes, I have David Lawrence and Eton. I can't say her last name, so she'll have to introduce herself.
All right. Well, we'll put her in charge of that. Good morning, guys. How's everybody doing today?
We're good.
Good. Well, I know COVID has really, like everybody else, hamstringed what you guys have been able to do for the last year and a half or so here. But it looks like you guys are getting ready to get back in business and are getting ready to do what Job Corps is supposed to be doing here.
Absolutely. We're hoping to. At this time, we do have students on center that we have brought back in a phased approach.
Okay.
But Eton is our recruiting manager, actually, and she's going to go into more detail as far as the recruiting process as of now.
Okay.
COVID hasn't made that much of it, but.
So talk a little bit about that. What's different right now for you guys as far as terms of recruiting and what people can do through Job Corps right now?
So the main difference that's changed from pre-COVID is that we're not doing tours on campus.
Okay.
So everything is all online. We do all of our paperwork online. We do the interview on the phone, so we don't do any interviews in person unless absolutely necessary. All of our paperwork is electronic, so nobody actually has to physically sign it. It's all just computer.
Okay.
So those are the main things that's changed. But other than that, that's the only thing that's changed. All of our requirements are still the same. All of the trades that we offer are still the same. We are hoping for virtual enrollment starting soon. So all of our students will start virtually for the first 60 days, which isn't really any different than if they were here on center. They would be in a classroom for that period on a computer either way.
Gotcha.
So that really hasn't changed much.
Awesome. Now I probably should have started with this for folks that aren't familiar. I mean, Job Corps is, I think almost everybody's heard of it, maybe not familiar with what goes on there. But yeah, this is an opportunity for young individuals that to get a foundation in whether it's getting their high school diploma or getting one of the other career fields like culinary or construction, or there's quite a few different industries that you can get your trades, get your skills, and then you're really once you go through the program, you're set up really to succeed. You're lined up to get a job and do all the things you need to do to set that foundation for you and your next step in life. And that's what you guys do, is help people do that. And it's that less conventional way where, you got people, some people just don't thrive going to, high school, then to college. Some people just don't. That's not how they learn. That's not how they respond. And so if folks that maybe went that direction and it didn't turn out the cup of tea they wanted, Job Corps is that way that can kind of help say, you know what, we're going to find the ways to help you learn those skills and help you do it in a different way than maybe the traditional college path goes. You know what I mean? You get individuals that, for whatever reason, that those aren't for them. And this can give that foundation. That's, at the end of the day, that's really what you guys do.
Yeah, Mike, that's exactly right. This is Dave Lawrence. I'm the trade manager here at the Job Corps. Been here about 8 years. So you were exactly right. It gives the young person, that 16 to 24-year-old, the opportunity to get a vocation, get a high school, get an equivalency, and become employable, get a driver's license. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot to offer here at the Job Corps program. And I'll talk a little bit about our trades. I know you mentioned culinary. Mm-hmm. We actually do not have culinary arts anymore on our center. So let me run down.
Okay, yeah, get the updated list here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we'll make sure Joanne gets that out. We can put that out too. But so we have automotive program still, which is a wonderful program. We have electrical wiring. We have building construction technology. That's like a construction and facility maintenance type trade. We also have CNA, the nursing assisting program, EMT, and we have an office management trade that we run through the local college, so ENMUR. So that's kind of a co-partnership with them. And then we also have protective services, and then we have our painting trade as well. So about 8 trades, and a lot to offer there. We've got excellent instructors. Most of our students here are leaving with good paying jobs, moving, relocating. Some are staying in Roswell to relocate. So just a lot of opportunities. Students do not have to have a high school diploma to qualify.
Okay.
They can come in with a high school or not. And if they don't come in with a high school, we make sure that happens here, again, along with a driver's license. If they do come in with a high school, that's fine. The one thing every student has in common is every student will go through a vocational trade.
Gotcha.
So great opportunities, great place to be. We're full residential. Right now, we have most of all of our students are living on center.
Okay.
We do have some local kids. We do have local kids or local students that do come to Job Corps, but right now that's still kind of on hold with the whole COVID thing and so forth. But we're looking to hopefully open that up eventually. But
gotcha.
But yeah, a lot of opportunities. Just a great program.
Yeah, it's really it is that it's given these folks life skills and given them opportunities. And let's face it, we all, especially adults now, we've all, we're kids, teenagers, young adults at one point, and life's tough sometimes, and it's even harder when in the world today with the technology, certainly with COVID and hampering resources for people. So taking advantage of something like Job Corps could be a godsend for some of these, like you said, for these individuals between 16 and 24. It really provides direction. It provides foundation. It really gives them the skills to make that transition into independence and adulthood. And those are skills that, we I think sometimes we as a society take for granted, but because some have more access to these things than others, and it's easy to take that for granted. And this is an opportunity to say, you know what, despite your backgrounds, despite what, if you have aspirations to do better, we're going to be here to help you do that. And it's a great thing to do. So,
and we are a free program. There is no cost to the student whatsoever. Now, afforded to the students will receive clothing that is for their trade, a uniform, so to speak.
Okay.
Their meals, 3 meals a day, snacks, not entertainment, but after hours, we have a full-size gym. We have a small theater. We have a arts and crafts area. What else, Mr. Lawrence?
A lot of recreation there for them when they're downtown.
Oh, yeah, we have a lot of recreation. We actually, just that no one knows, but we're the only place in town that has a 18-hole miniature golf course as well.
Oh, you're hiding that jewel, huh?
And that's something that was put together by our students during their trade training. When you come to Center, once everything opens up, of course, we will be inviting guests to Center again, so we can tour them through our wonderful facility. But each time you come in, there's going to be areas that look different because our students use the skills they've learned, and we areas. And so things are always changing. In the back area, we do have a paintball course. We haven't used it recently, of course, but our students built that also.
That's great. So they get a lot of fun. And here's the part about Job Corps, I think, that's great for the folks that are involved, that's really not, on the checklist per se of official things that a student or a person gains from this program, but that it's that ancillary stuff, the camaraderie, the meeting of new people, working in group settings, learning team building skills, learning responsibility. All of that comes probably outside of the classroom, in the dorm life side, where they're recreating and have to overcome community service thing or something. There's opportunities for them to get together, work, and overcome, the challenges we all face. Uh-oh, did we lose them? I think we did. Let me try calling them back here. I got to ranting here, and we lost them. So let me see if they get them back on. All right, phone is ringing.
Modern technology, Mike.
I was like, man, I was going on, and I heard a beep, but
I told him he's probably still talking. Don't even know we're not there.
If it wasn't for the beep, I would have.
Yeah, that's not what our phones do half the time. They'll call me on our side. But you were right. Going back to what you said about the auxiliaries, all that. I mean, it's just that the idea about Job Corps is to get that young person in here, and no matter what they've been through, where they've been, what they haven't done, it's a fresh start. It's an opportunity to do better. And basically, what we want to do is move that student out into their communities, our community, and be employable and be an asset to their areas. And that's what our job is, and that's why the staff here at Job Corps, that's what we work here for, and that's what our gratification is.
Yeah, there's for just my own personal. I served in the Air Force, and so I went through basic and everything, and really that was my growing up time when I learned a lot of these responsibilities. I was kind of I wasn't a bad kid, but I was a dumb kid, and and you do things, but military for me was that, and I say for folks that Job Corps can be that for you, but with less of the yelling and making things into perfect 6-inch squares and all the stuff I had to go through to realize it for me. You guys, I mean, obviously discipline, structure, that's all part of the program, but you guys, it's that, hey, you want to talk, you want to communicate, we're here to make you better on the other side, not worse. So let's get down and figure this out. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, and it's individualized training for each student. Each student's different, so we take into consideration their needs, and we put a schedule together that is going to benefit them. And they're not the same schedules. Every student has a different schedule as needed to accommodate them.
Yeah, absolutely. So, So as far as because what I'd like to do, if we can, and I know this is going to be back in the world later, but when we get back to full normalcy here, we'd love to bring some of the Job Corps students in and talk about their career fields and what they've been learning and stuff. I think it'd be a great thing.
In the past, I know we've done that. We've had success that we talked about. And we've taken students on the air. We would love to do that again when the time is right.
Yeah, knock on wood. We'll be there soon. It just got to wait.
I'm going to have Eton talk a little bit about what the basic qualifications are.
Okay.
And just to let the community know, Job Corps is going to be on the air with Mike the first Thursday of every month through the end of the year. The same time, just to update you. Most of the community know who I am, so I don't want to be the one talking all the time. I'm going to be bringing different staff to the interviews so that they can meet the different staff who do the work. You know, they really just work with the students and inform our students as to how they are.
Yeah, absolutely. Love that's the great part about it is I think people hear Job Corps and they have, I mean, like any other program, you know, you have Big Brothers Big Sisters or, you know, CASA, you have great programs that work with youth, but everyone kind of gets a I don't know, and I don't know if stereotype's the right term, but we have a niche in our head on what these people and how they work with, and so I think a lot of people think, well, Job Corps deals with at-risk youth and all that, and I'm like, no. That's not what it's all. It's just finding kids. So yeah, there's some kids that struggled in this area. I mean, it's not like a last chance for bad kids program. That's not what this is about. And I think there's people that have that misconception that Job Corps is a bit of that. I'm like, no, it's a hand up opportunity.
Job Corps is their next step to get where they need to be.
Absolutely. And it's so if you're between the ages of 16 and 24, obviously if you're above 18, you're probably doing more of these decision making yourself as an adult. But but if you're as a parent or that's got a student that thinks that this might be the way they benefit, or you yourself graduate from high school and you're saying, I tried the college thing, just didn't work out. I can get minimum wage jobs right now, but I'm really trying to do better than that. Job Corps could be, just because you're 19, it's not too late, certainly, to start planning that path. I mean, there's people that are in their 40s that still haven't figured it out yet. So you're good to go.
Now, I'm going to have Eton once again talk about the basic qualifications for our students.
Okay.
So you're correct. The 16 to 24. The other big thing is low income. So if it's a minor, we go by their parents' income.
Okay.
If they're an adult, then we go by their income. If they're not working or they have any type of public assistance, they automatically qualify.
Okay, perfect.
So don't worry. The other thing is that they cannot be on probation or parole. So that's kind of the stereotype Job Corps has been fighting for years, is that it's for troubled youth, but we actually don't take in most of those troubled youth anymore.
Yeah,
I know when Job Corps started a long time ago, that's what it was.
Sure.
But now it's a qualifier.
Now, just to kind of to give people a little more information there, as long as you're currently not on parole, if you've served and you're done with all that, you're still eligible. Is that correct?
Correct.
Gotcha. So as long as you're not in an active case or serving for an active case, once you've completed that portion, then you can apply for the Job Corps stuff. But
correct. There are very few charges that would prevent somebody from coming to Job Corps after they've completed their probation.
Gotcha.
And for the majority of those charges are major ones. It'd be murder or child abuse, things like that.
Sure.
So
ones that probably are not going to be seeing daylight before their 24th birthday.
Exactly. So get 18 months of probation. So.
Yeah, that makes sense. And but if you're spinning your wheels, take this opportunity, make the phone call, get online, do some research, go through and read all the different about the vocations and programs that are available through Job Corps. And the thing about it, you heard the list there earlier, there is not one career field on that list that you could not be an asset anywhere in the country. Now, I'd love to have you stay in our area and stuff, but I know young people and you have aspirations to see the world and travel and do things, and you're like, but the skill sets you've got there, nursing, construction, electrical, all those different, those are things that are needed where people live every single place. It's not like a niche thing. So if you can get these skills here and you're like, well, I've always wanted to live in Montana or Florida or something. Well, you can take those skills with you. Now, I'd love to see you use them in our town, but by no means this is so. Whatever your goals, dreams, where you want to end up, Job Corps can give you the confidence, the information, the qualifications to get there. So.
Yes, sir. And as I said, we'll be going on the air with you the first Thursday of every month, I believe is what we have set up, and we will be highlighting different areas of our program.
Okay.
So the community can understand a little bit more about the different types of programs we have, the different areas of our program.
So for right now, what's the best way to kind of reach out to you guys? Is it via phone? Is it via the website or social media? What's probably the best way to get a hold and to talk to you guys about the process, the information, and kind of how to get the ball rolling here?
There are actually a couple options. Anybody who's interested can actually just Google Roswell Job Corps.
Okay.
And you can actually go on our page, and there's a kind of a virtual tour you can take of our center. It has pictures of all of the different areas. There's also a part on there where you can apply online and then automatically send it to one of our admissions counselors.
Okay.
Or you can actually call the phone number that you called. It's my phone number. I'm actually the enrollment and placement manager. So I help them when they first come in, and then we help them get a job towards the end as well.
And that number,
so if you don't mind,
is it okay if I say the number on the air? Is that okay?
Definitely.
Okay. It is 575-347-7408. Don't call right now because we're using the phone, but give us a few minutes, and we'll let you can call. Because somebody's going, I'm down right now. It's like, hold on. You're going to kick us off again.
Even if people just have questions, maybe they're not sure if that's what they're interested in, they can still give us a call, and we can talk to them and give them the options that we do offer.
Yeah, absolutely. Take a look. Go on. Even if you just do a cursory search of Job Corps online to kind of get a feel of what it's all about, please do that. Arm yourself up with a bunch of questions, and because it's. And to be honest, if you're serious and interested about this, that's going to be the kind of indicators that you're giving to their staff, saying, look, they've really been gung-ho on researching this and kind of have a good plan, because these all the folks at Job Corps are going to go to the nth degree to make sure to help you. But when you meet them halfway, it sure makes it a whole lot easier. So you definitely do some research there.
Mike, and just to let everybody know, whoever's listening may not have a son or daughter that fit the category, but maybe at the grocery store, the boy that takes their food out, they know that he could use more education and more skills training to advance. Pass the word on to whoever you see that fits the category, because we're there for all the young people that need to upskill, learn skills, and move forward in their life.
And if you're thinking, well, shoot, I don't want to do electronics or this, go do a search on salaries for electricians and all these specialized skills. And that might be like, whoa, I didn't realize it, man. Some, depending on where you go and what you'd be making six figures easy on some of these jobs.
Oh, easy. And, later on in our interviews, we'll be talking a lot more details about placement. And when our students graduate, there's 5 different options that we work with. One, of course, is the military. We have a great partnership with our military branch center, or used to come to center. It's virtual now, and visit with our students and assist them in that pathway.
Absolutely.
That is a full-time job in their trade, college, advanced training.
Yeah. If anybody, I'm telling you right, I don't care who's listening about this. If you join the military, if it's through opportunities here, say yes when they ask you if you want the GI Bill. I don't care if you have no plans ever to go back to college. When they ask you if you want the GI Bill, check yes. You're going to pay, I don't know what it is now, but when I had to pay $1,200, they take $100 out of your first paycheck for the first year. And then after that, you're free and clear. You're in the GI Bill program, and you can do all kinds of stuff with that. So take advantage.
Definitely. My GI Bill covered my bachelor's, and I still have some left over.
Yeah, it's a great up. So even if you're like, nah, but that $100, trust me, just say yes, because that way, because if you say no, then you're out. If you say yes now, you've got the option for the rest of your life. So,
Wow, that's good information, Mike. Thank you.
Yeah, just a tip when they are in basic, because I know in basic training they hit you with a bunch of stuff, and they're like, all right, here's your GI Bill thing. If you do not want it, check no, check. And I'm like, check yes. So.
That's on everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Any good? Is there any information that we missed that we want to make sure we got out there, or do we cover it all for now?
Actually, there's one thing.
Yes.
So we went over our trades, but if somebody was really interested in computer technology or something like that we don't offer, we can send them to other trades, other centers.
Yeah, you guys.
If we don't offer it, but another one does, we can still enroll them and send them to those centers.
Gotcha. So
a lot for computer technology.
Yeah, because Job Corps obviously with it's across the country resources and things here, but yeah, you can if because certain centers I guess offer certain skills and others just depending on where they're located and what's available in that part of the world, I guess. So
we've got about 123 centers right now, Mike, and our close besides Roswell. We also have there's one in El Paso and there's also one in Albuquerque that are in our area.
And we're used to those drives. I got family that drive to Albuquerque for lunch. I don't understand it when they do it.
Yeah, there's at least one Job Corps in every state. Many states have more than one, but there is one located in every state.
Good deal. And we're lucky we got two.
Absolutely.
Technically, El Paso doesn't count, but Very good. Excellent. Well, thank you guys very much. We'll see you next time. Hopefully, maybe next time. Hopefully, we're able to do it in person. But if not, we'll be here on the telly once again.
Absolutely. We appreciate you and all you do for us.
No problem. Take care. Stay dry. Have a great weekend. Get out and see some aliens too if you get a chance this weekend.
Okay.
Thank you. Have a great day.
All right. Take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye. All right, that was the folks from Roswell Job Corps. Big thank you to them for joining. I love this. It's a great program, especially because I get it. I was one of those kids too. I mean, I turned out fine and everything, but I got out, high school and go to college, didn't do well there, and just spinning my wheels. And military for me was that change. I think Job Corps can be that for a lot of other folks, and it doesn't. Because I know, military is not for everybody, and obviously with Job Corps, there's not the commitments. The military, they got you for 4 years or 6 years, depending on what you sign up for. But so it's a little different. But and I would never steer any way away from that either. Sure, I can grumble about things in my military, but I took away a lot more than I feel I gave sometimes. So
Now for a Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Cirillo. The Carlsbad Police Department expressing its sincerest condolences to the family of James B. Williams, who passed away Wednesday. Williams was not only an integral part of the Carlsbad Police Department family during his time there, but he was said to be a pillar in the community, providing service and leadership in many different areas for many years after his retirement with the department. Williams began his career as a patrolman with the Carlsbad Police Department in 1970, breaking down barriers by becoming the first black man to work for the police department. Chavez County Sheriff's deputies received a call of a vehicle fire near Old Clovis Highway and 70 Northeast. Turns out the vehicle was reported stolen to the Roswell Police Department earlier that same day. A witness said 2 people in a black primer Dodge pickup left the vehicle there, and after further inspection, the suspects had removed the tires and the wheels. They then put on old rims on the truck. A report was taken. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
Since 1964, when the media publishes or broadcasts false information about public figures, they can't be sued for libel unless the organization knew the story was false or showed a reckless disregard for verifying the story. This unique protection has allowed false and sensationalist reporting, especially on the internet. I'm Kim Commando with more, brought to you by SimpliSafe, making people feel safe at home for the past 15 years. Go to simplysafekim.com today to get a free HD security camera. On Friday, Justice Neil Gorsuch wrote, "Because of the internet, the media's protection against libel lawsuits no longer makes sense. Today, anyone can publish anything without any concern for the truth." Gorsuch is the second Supreme Court justice to advocate serious internet change. In April, Justice Clarence Thomas wrote that social media sites should be treated like the phone company as common carriers, meaning they could no longer ban anyone because of their comments. It's a slow process, but big changes are coming online. I'm Kim Commando. Does your printer have enough ink for another year of work reports and tax forms? If you print a lot or wish you can print a lot without worrying about ink, it's important to have the right printer. Epson is changing the game with their cartridge-free EcoTank printers that have supersized, easy-to-fill ink tanks and come with a ridiculous amount of ink, enough to print thousands of pages. Stop buying expensive ink cartridges and save yourself from the frustration of replacing ink cartridges ever again. With the Epson EcoTank, you don't have to worry about running out of ink. Now you can print all of your business documents, reports, tax forms, and your task list in color too. I just love mine. It has saved me so much time and money. Kiss expensive cartridges goodbye. EcoTank makes it easy. So make the switch today. Add the Epson EcoTank to your online shopping list so you can just fill and chill. Epson EcoTank printers. Available at Amazon, Dell, Micro Center, and at epson.com/EcoTankKim.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We still have plenty of moist air coming in from the south, and that means a few more showers and thunderstorms for us. Most of those will be in the afternoon. Otherwise, it'll be mostly sunny and going up to the low 90s for our highs. Showers and thunderstorms will be likely overnight, and a few of those could have brief heavy rainfall, our low dropping to 70. A little bit better chance of rain and thunderstorms tomorrow with our high in the upper 80s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander. Job creation and wages rose sharply in June, and more Americans are confident enough to quit their jobs and look for something better. The Labor Department reported Friday that employers added 850,000 jobs last month, and wages rose a healthy 3.6% in June from a year earlier. The Biden administration is planning to require that airlines refund fees on checked baggage if the bags get seriously delayed. The proposal would also require refunds for fees on extras like internet access if the airline fails to provide the service during the flight. On Wall Street, the Dow gained 152 points to close at 34,786. The Nasdaq was up 117 to 14,639. And the S&P 500 added 32 points to 4,352. With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
When you need an oil change, but you don't want to sit at the shop all day, call Nazca Quick Lube. They're new to town, and what makes them unique is that they come to you. As your car is parked at work or wherever, they will change the oil and provide a tire rotation and restore your headlights, so you don't have to spend hours sitting at the shop. Call 808-9134. That's 808-9134. Nazca Quick Lube. Let their quality service come to you.
Your home is your sanctuary, and the land it's built on is even more precious. So when termites start devouring your house, you want a proven treatment that's environmentally responsible. You want the Centricon Termite Colony Elimination System. The Centricon system is the green way to protect homes from subterranean termites. Rather than surrounding your house with hundreds of gallons of diluted chemical solution, the Centricon system strategically uses just a few grams of active ingredient in termite bait, working with natural termite behavior to destroy termite colonies. With this technology, it's no wonder the Centricon system became the only termite treatment to receive the Presidential Green Chemistry Challenge Award from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. And homeowners rate the Centricon system as the most environmentally sound termite treatment. Your home is your sanctuary, so monitor, bait, and eliminate termites with the Centricon system. Think of it as your own little piece on Earth.
Call Bob Reed Pest Control today in Roswell, 623-5344, or anywhere in southeast New Mexico at 877-623-5344.
Martine's Capital Cafe in Roswell offers authentic and highly rated New Mexico food. Explore their amazing menu featuring huevos rancheros or asado with eggs or their green chili stew. And you can't forget their award-winning green chili cheeseburger, all made from scratch using their finest and freshest ingredients. Open for carryout with curbside delivery or limited dine-in. Just call ahead 624-2111. Martine's Capital Cafe, always pleasing the most refined palate. Open Monday through Saturday from 6 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. at 110 West 4th in Roswell.
The days are filled with the smell of barbecue and the sound of kids playing in the pool. The nights are filled with the flash of fireworks. Yeah, it's tailgate season in Roswell, and here at the Tailgate Nation, we're doing our best to help your family make the most of it. Roswell Ford has the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles in southeastern New Mexico, starting at just $5,000. We're talking premium, late model cars, trucks, and SUVs you'll be proud to own and delighted to drive. Each one has passed a rigorous 139-point inspection, and Roswell Ford gives you a 3-day money-back guarantee so you can buy without being shy. Right now, your trade-in has never been worth more, so if you're upside down, this might be the time for you to get right side up again. Or consider selling your current vehicle. Roswell Ford is paying top dollar for good, clean, used cars and trucks. So why not stop by and see what it's worth? It's tailgate season and America calling. Begin your family adventure with a fresh new ride from the Tailgate Nation, Roswell Ford, at the corner of 9th and Main.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. 1 in 3 snake bite victims is drunk. 1 in 5 is tattooed. Hold my beer and check this out. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 7:55, closing on 7:56. We're going to chit-chat next hour. We'll talk all about our weekends and all the fun and frivolity that we had over our weekends here and share some of our UFO 4th of July weekend experiences and all that. So we'll do some of that next hour. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, we'll play our interview. We had County Manager Bill Williams. Joined us Friday in the 8 o'clock hour talking about updating the ICIP. They got the meeting for that coming up later on in July. So we talk all about that with him. So we had a great conversation. We'll play that for you in the 9 o'clock hour. But chit-chatting and all of that for next hour. We had we had a good time overall with everything. I did some of the UFO festival stuff Friday. We had family in town. Kim's stepmother and her husband Randy. We all came and had a great weekend and got to show them some of the UFO stuff and got to do our fun in that area. And we did all that Friday. Saturday we spent the day in Lincoln and Fort Stanton and Ruidoso and ended up finishing up the day at the Flying J Ranch there in Alto. That's an awesome place if you've never been there. We'll talk all about that. So that, and of course Sunday we celebrated the 4th with some friends and things and kind of just did our thing. And then they're heading back home this morning here. So safe travels to them, and I hope they had a good time. I think they did. I think we enjoyed having them and had a great time. But we'll talk all about our story and our weekend next hour and all that good stuff. So I hope you guys got a chance to get out and about and participate in the UFO Fest and Alien Fest and all of that stuff. And got to see Battle of the Bands Friday night. Unfortunately, my wife had a meeting, so we didn't get there a little late, so I missed the first band or two, but got to see some of the other bands and perform, and missed the band that actually won. They were first, I think, first or second, and I didn't get a chance to see them before I got there, but they won, and I actually got to talk to a little bit of some of them about it yesterday, and they had an awesome time opening for Cheval Shepherd at the concert last night or Saturday night and all that good stuff. So we'll chit chat all in the 8 o'clock hour, and Rain cooperated. I don't recall. I know when now Saturday I wasn't really. We were up in Ruidoso and everything. When we got hammered with a storm, I don't know. It was about 4:30. We were up in Fort Stanton when it hit, and it was beautiful. It was really cool, up to the point you get wet. Then you want to get some cover, but it was nice. That was one of the coolest, and I'll talk more about it next hour, but there was a moment there, and we were at Fort Stanton, and I just walked through the museum part, and I was, kind of in the, I guess it would be the parade field, I guess technically would be kind of what that would be, and they've got all the barracks and quartermasters and various other buildings kind of surrounding the parade field. But yeah, I was just kind of sitting on the park bench there while the storm was coming in, and it was nice. It was just pleasant to sit and watch that. And I mean, unfortunately I didn't get to finish going through all the buildings because I think everyone was so I got another trip back to Fort Stanton planned because that's the first time I've ever been. I'd never been to Fort Stanton. I've been to Lincoln plenty, but I've been through Fort Stanton, drove the highway through, but I never actually stopped and toured Fort Stanton and all that. I've been to the cemetery once, twice, but not to the actual fort itself. So That was kind of neat. So we'll talk more about it next hour. Town Hall News up next. We'll be back on the other side of Town Hall News. Do not go away.
The great one, Mark Levin, is now in Roswell on 106.5 KEND Roswell.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. What was left standing of the partially collapsed condo tower in Surfside, Florida, is standing no more. Late last night, crews set off a string of explosives, bringing down the 12-story structure.
Bringing the building down in a controlled manner is critical to expanding our scope of search, as you know, in the pile, and allowing us to search in the area closest to the building.
Miami-Dade County Mayor Daniela Levine Cava search and rescue teams now concentrating on parts of an underground garage and their search for 121 people who are still unaccounted for. The first portion of the building collapsed in late June, and thus far, the bodies of 24 people have been recovered. President Biden has approved an emergency declaration for Florida ahead of the arrival of Tropical Storm Elsa. Watches and warnings have been posted for various parts of the state, including the Keys and the west coast of Florida. With U.S. and other Western troops withdrawing, the security situation in Afghanistan continues to deteriorate.
Afghan government forces still hold the cities, but this fast-changing situation is concentrating minds in many capitals, including London, on how to support Afghans and keep their own embassies safe. The BBC understands that the British Embassy, like most missions here, has decided to remain open. But that hinges on robust security arrangements at their heavily guarded compounds in Kabul and at the international airport. The Taliban say they want diplomatic and aid missions to remain, but they also insist no foreign forces can stay. And that's a major issue now.
And that's the BBC's Lise Doucette reporting. No action today on Wall Street. The U.S. financial markets closed for the long holiday weekend. The Dow resumes tomorrow, 34,786. More on these stories at townhall.com.
We call him Willy Wonka. He's a chocolate lab. His belly itched, and he would actually lay in the grass and scoot across it to scratch. And Sheba, his sister, she scratched at her ears real bad, and she shook her head so much, she wound up with cauliflower ears.
DINOVITE.com. Dynovite is nutrition.
When we first got the Dynovite, they cleaned the bowls up real good. Her ears, they're a whole lot better. Wonka, his belly, it's all really cleaned up. He flops over and lays on his back and just kicks his legs, and I call it his happy dance. They look good and even smell good in between baths. You should give your dogs Dynovite before something happens. And that's kind of like preventative maintenance.
Dynovite for life.
It makes them healthier and happier.
You won't believe how happy your dog will be.
And your dogs will love it just like mine do.
DINOVITE.com.
Pope Francis convalescing in a Rome hospital following intestinal surgery under general anesthesia is reportedly doing well. The Vatican giving few details about the operation last evening, a major Catholic hospital in the Italian capital. An Italian cardinal tells reporters that he has been told the Pope is doing fine. The Vatican said late yesterday the 84-year-old pontiff responded well to the surgery on the lower part of his colon. Tropical Storm Elsa now battering Cuba's southern coast. Forecasters say it could make landfall on the island's central shore by mid-afternoon. Some 180,000 people have been evacuated as a precaution against the possibility of heavy flooding from the storm. It already pounded several Caribbean islands, killing at least 3 people. Most of the evacuees are staying with relatives. Others went to government shelters, and hundreds living in mountainous areas took refuge in caves, prepared for such emergencies. Townhall.com. In sports, 2 tennis greats on a collision course at Wimbledon.
Top seed and defending champion Novak Djokovic and 8-time former champion Roger Federer are both into the 4th round and on course for another epic showdown. The Serbs won 3 of their 4 previous meetings at the All England Club, including their dramatic 5-set final in 2019. If they do meet, it will be in the final, and then Djokovic will try and tie both Federer and Nadal with his 20th major title. The women's championship is wide open, with Madison Keys and Coco Gauff, the 2 remaining American hopes. I'm Graham Agars.
Another holiday weekend in the U.S., another ransomware attack. It has paralyzed businesses around the globe, affecting some 17 countries at last count, this time affecting an untold number of small and big companies using a particular type of IT software. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The deuce. I'm about to sneeze. I'm
You better
sorry.
sneeze?
Yeah, go ahead.
Look up at the ceiling, right?
Right.
Look at lights.
Light-
Look at lights. Look at lights. Look
Go
at
ahead,
lights.
do your thing.
All right. Welcome as we all observe Sean sneezing. Let's wait. There it is.
That's what I was trying to do, but I couldn't pull it in time.
The timing wasn't there.
Oh, darn it.
Oh, well. That's all right.
The deuce.
All right. Well, God bless you.
Thank you. And you as well, sir.
Lift up your hearts. We lift them up to the Lord.
I was once told that you tell somebody bless you after they sneeze because, and I don't know if there's any science behind this, their heart skips a beat.
Is that the reason?
That's what I was told is, you're blessing them because, they could die. You're just giving them that last blessing before they head out.
So I wonder if science has really actually proved that we skip a beat, or that was just something back in,
I think it was probably just something my mom told me.
Times when we wore tunics and things, we don't pull off a good tunic nowadays.
Yeah,
so I think in the times where we wore tunics.
In the tunic times?
Yeah.
Back in the tunic era.
We were tootin' tonic lads. Toting those tunics.
Indeed.
But anyway, happy 5th of July, everybody.
Yeah.
For those that are observing the 4th of July weekend or off today.
For those who still have the opposable thumbs to turn on their radios.
That's right.
Good job. Congratulations.
Good
You made it through.
Blowing yourself up or others.
Or others around you.
Yeah, I hope this hour we get to chit chat. We'll talk all about our weekends and all that stuff. So we're going to have some fun this hour, as we do every hour. But, we're going to chit chat, talk about our weekends and all that this hour. So I went up to Ruidoso and Lincoln and Fort Stanton and did all that.
You did the smart thing that most people from Roswell do during UFO Festival weekends. You left.
Yeah. Well, Friday we did the UFO stuff.
Sure.
We did. We went out and walked. By the way, Randy, you got a chance to hear Randy on Friday chit-chatting, talking about his drumming and welding skills and all that. Good guy for you get a chance to. Matter of fact, he was over at Thomas's jamming last night.
Was he? I was thinking about him last night. It was like
him. Oh, you missed the good jam sessions, man. We had Robin and just a bevy. There was like 6 guitars going and
I showed up after the music.
2 of the cajones or whatever. I guess I was joking about that because they have they don't have full drum kits because they're kind of big, but they have a piece of equipment called a cajone.
It's like cajon.
Cajon. That's it, cajon.
Yeah.
And so it's a cajon, and it's a drumming device. But they had 2 of them, so I kept saying, if we've got 2, do we have cajones?
That's a pair of cajones right there.
So we had cajones.
Yeah.
We had it's a dirty dad joke. Sorry.
It is. Oh, but you have to understand. We live in that realm. It's like our wheelhouse.
But
he saw the one cajon. He's like, just somebody needs to bring one more. As soon as it happened, he's like, this is it. This is my
moment. We officially have cajones.
Yes. We have achieved cajones.
God bless America. Yeah, it was fun. We had a good time. So we'll chit chat about the weekend and all that here this hour, and that'll probably do it for this hour of the show. And then next hour we'll play our interview with Bill Williams.
Oh yeah.
So, and how was your fourth overall?
It was good. It was for the most part it was quiet. I mean, I didn't have the kids for most of the weekend. I had them for yesterday because there wasn't a lot of plans on the other side. So took them out for the 4th. We went to the aquatic center yesterday. Swam for a good long while.
Good some swimming.
Yeah. Rhiannon Hunter wasn't feeling too well, so he stayed home for that one. But Rhiannon enjoyed it a little bit, and for the most part, just kind of got some stuff done around the house.
Okay.
Hit out,
Did anybody went out to the convention center, watch the CCR tribute band? And
didn't get a chance to go check out the bands, but I did venture out onto both sides of things and spent a lot of time down here at the courthouse specifically for Alien Fest.
Yeah.
Just it was just really cool. And the coolest part about it is a lot of the activity was happening up at the convention center, all the the vendors and the spindy stuff. But the crowds that we were getting down at the courthouse, they were. I mean, I was impressed for a lot of the musical acts they had up on stage. Saturday night, I believe it was, or it was Friday night. I'm sorry. Maria had posted some stuff on some snaps of the crowd down there, and the lawn was packed.
Good. Yeah.
The artist that was playing on Friday.
Well, Battle of the Bands were packed too.
Yeah.
Out at the Roswell Community Little Theater.
Yeah.
They were. I got there late because Kim had a meeting, so we didn't get there till about 7:30. But so I missed the first band or two. But it was full house and great turnout, and bands were great from the ones I saw, and everything was awesome.
This was probably the most tourism I have seen for a UFO festival in like a decade.
People were anxious to get out of Dodge and come live their lives again.
And I was telling telling Juliana this that it was basically the perfect storm of everything for this year's UFO festival. Not only do we have the end of the pandemic, people getting vaccinated, hot boy, hot girl, fat daddy summer, we're all ready to get out there and do our thing, but also like 4 or 5 months into the pandemic, when everybody was just kind of like stir crazy and just looking for something else to talk about besides politics, race, and the pandemic.
Sure.
The government revealed all of a sudden, hey, UFOs might actually be a thing. And the entire country was like UFO crazy for a good solid 6 months.
Sure.
So it was like the perfect storm of let's go to Roswell finally and see what it's all about.
Yeah.
There was a sea of humanity in downtown.
Yeah.
I do not remember ever seeing it like that, like it was this weekend.
Yeah. Well, we went out that Friday and after show and all that, and then I kind of hooked up with them while they were downtown, and we went and we were over to the museum and the UFO museum and talked to some of the UFOologists and things there. Matter of fact, Randy. Actually, of course, Travis Walton had his booth, and it's the experts that if you've been to Don Schmidt, Kathleen Marsden, Travis Walton, they have the folks that have been there. I mean, obviously Don Schmidt. Dr. Stanton Freeman's passed away, and he retired a couple years ago, so. He's no longer part of the groups visiting here, but those folks are, and we've talked to him over the years. But Travis was there, and of course, for Travis Walton, if you're not familiar with his story, he's the gentleman that was. If you ever seen the movie Fire in the Sky, that came out starring D.B. Sweeney, and James Gardner plays the sheriff, not the sheriff, the lieutenant, the state, the big lieutenant from the investigator, but. And a couple others. Peter Berg, if you know who he is, he's in there. Craig Sheffer, if you remember, what was that movie where James Caan's the football coach in the 90s? And the quarterback for his football team, that was James Sheffer. He was in Fire in the Sky. A couple others. But
1993.
93 is when that came out?
Yep.
Okay. But it's based on a true story of...
Robert Patrick, yes,
Terminator 2.
Yeah.
He's in it, too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, T-1000's in it. There you go.
Yeah.
Craig Sheffer, yeah.
Yeah.
James Gardner, Travis Walton, let's see.
His D.B. Sweeney.
Yeah, Henry Thomas, Peter Berg.
Yeah.
And so on.
Yeah, Peter Berg, obviously James Gardner. There was but anyway, it's based off the true story of where they were a logging crew in northern Arizona, where they come across a bunch of lights out in the forest. They go out, and Travis actually gets out of the truck and gets basically hit with the beam, and then it freaks everybody out. They disappear. The boys, the loggers, and Travis disappeared for 5 days. He got hit with the beam of light. They thought he was dead. They took off. His name's Mike. I can't remember his last name, but it's the Terminator 2's character.
Right. Henry, I think is what it said.
His name's Mike something or another. Because
Mike Rogers.
Yeah, Rogers. Thank you. He goes back to look for him, and he's gone. And then, of course, they report him missing. He's gone for 4 or 5 days. They're about to charge these guys with murder when he turns up. He calls from a gas station in the middle of the night. He's gone for 5 days.
Right.
And so that's the whole experience of, what happened, where he's going. And, of course, these guys were break through the mud as, all this, murder is a hoax. It was, no one bought their story, but everything lines up. But anyway, so Travis Walton was there.
He was in that movie, by the way. Travis Walton was.
Did he have a cameo in the movie?
He played Citizen Number 3.
Oh, yeah. I have to go look for that. I didn't see.
Because that's what threw me out. Because he's right next to DB Sweeney on there.
Okay.
Yeah. So
he
did have a part.
He did it. Okay. Cool. But but Travis has his books and DVDs and things. That kind of but Randy bought Travis Walton's his documentary DVD, and it's kind of like The Fire in the Sky, but a documentary version of it. And so Sunday we did like our whole Travis Walton's UFO Sunday morning before we got up and did our day. We ended up watching that DVD, which was very interesting actually. Nice. That explained a lot into the crew and a lot of and obviously some of the differences between the movie and then of course Randy and I had never seen the movie. So I said, well, let's look, and sure enough it was on Amazon Prime.
Nice.
So after we watched the documentary, we watched the movie Fire in the Sky, which you all if you've ever seen it, give it a check. It's
I'm curious.
It's Amazon Prime. It's free. It's based on real events. It happened in the 70s, 75, I believe. And they're a logging group, and they're up there doing up there in northern Arizona, cutting and things, and the crew. And here's the thing, they're loggers, man. They're cowboy types. They're they're a group of guys, and this is the 70s. They talk rough. They're roughnecks, but loggers. You know what I mean? That's what they are. And of course, they weren't like Mike and Travis, and I think the Peter Burke, those were kind of friends there, locals. One or two were like Dallas. He's a drifter, so they were kind of they only know each other for 1 or 2 days, and then so they weren't really in Dallas. They were. It wasn't like a meshing long-time group of friends,
right?
And so they're talking, and of course, everyone's after him about the not lie detector, polygraph test, and all of that stuff. And it's just a neat story. I'd say check it out. And here's
one of those things. There's nothing in it for them to be making this up. So
that's the thing is like everything they're doing to try to debunk these guys, they can't.
Right.
There's nothing like they've got them all. They're passing polygraph, and if you even go today. The science is there to support their story. Like the section of woods, and this is where I learned in the documentary, which I don't want to spoil everything, but this was kind of a cool factoid. Like if you look at the trees in that area where that ship was there,
right?
There is there's all these trees in that area are taller than the others, and it's gradual, like the trees closer to where the UFO was, those trees are taller, and gradually they get shorter as they go away. Now here are some 50 years later.
Right.
Not only that, but if you look at their tree trunk shapes, they're kind of the trees are growing, and they're growing more on the sides that were closer to the ship. So they think it's the radiation, everything that spawned this. So, but if you look at the tree trunks, they're not round anymore. They're more ovaled and longed out, and they're growing more towards the center of where this thing was. So, I mean, this is just more evidence that's supporting to everything that happened out there is legit.
That's crazy. As you were mentioning it, I started thinking about the because I watched this thing over the weekend about the Phoenix Lights back in, I think it was like 96, 97. These like just 7 or 8 lights just appeared over Phoenix, and they were just steady and hanging there. And the only official explanation they gave was that they were flares.
Okay.
But the thing is, the way they were floating in just midair. They weren't falling like in a trajectory like flares were. They were just holding altitude.
Yeah.
So the only official explanation that came out makes no sense.
Right.
And nothing's ever been said about them since.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's
there's a lot of stuff out there.
Yeah, and so so it's worth a check out. I mean, Travis is no longer in town, but I bet you get his documentary online if you want to. But but yeah, go watch Fire in the Sky if you got Amazon Prime. It's free. It's one of the movies right now that you can watch for free. It's about an hour and 50 minutes, so it's not going to take all of them. And now there is some artistic flair in that movie.
Right.
But a lot of it's based on. I think some of the abduction stuff. They take a little bit of artistic flair too, but some of it's very true. When you go to the documentary, and because he didn't have memories of some of that, they did some hypnosis on him to draw out some of the, because his brain went PTSD on him and shut him. Like when they recovered him from the gas station 5 days later, he hadn't eaten in 5 days. He hadn't drank anything. He was, you touch him, he's spooked. He's like a caged animal, and so they get him, and then they, bring him in, and then he's still not talking things. And then of course they're giving him the third degree, and it's just, check out the movie. It's worth, it's definitely worth going.
Absolutely.
And all that. But that was our UFO stuff. We did we kind of get all that and all that, some of that stuff. It's 8:20. I haven't done weather or nothing, so probably should do some weather, and we'll do commercials, and then we'll talk about other stuff here. But yeah, that was really cool. Fire in the Sky. Check it out if you've never seen it. 8:21. Let's get you up to date on the weather. Thank you, Steve. Currently 74 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 69%. Winds currently out of the west at 10 miles per hour. We do have a 40% chance at showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. Otherwise, mostly sunny today. Expect highs right around 91. Winds will be out of the southwest 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, looks like we're looking at a 60% chance at showers and thunderstorms. Excuse me. I drank a soda right before, and that was a mistake. My apologies. I was in the break there, and you take a swig of soda, and now I'm just doing unprofessional things. My apologies. But yeah, we do have that 60% chance of rain, mostly cloudy, overnight low of 70 down 8, south winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tuesday, we're looking at a 50% chance at some showers and thunderstorms. Partly cloudy with a high of 86 tomorrow. Northeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain bumps up to 70% tomorrow night. Mostly cloudy. Overnight low of 69 degrees with southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Glancing at the rest of the week, a 60% chance of rain Wednesday, partly cloudy and 85 otherwise. 20% chance of rain Wednesday night. And then Thursday, Friday, I think we're in the clear for rain. They're saying Thursday mostly sunny, high of 89. Friday, sunny with a high of 91. And then weekend, there's a 30% chance of rain Saturday, mostly sunny and 89. 20% on Sunday, mostly sunny, high of 88. So there we go. Some weather here, and some more rain coming on the way, possibly, but some sun as well. All right, it is 23 minutes after 8 o'clock. Let's go ahead and take a commercial break. We'll be back on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters. And good morning. It is 27 minutes after 8 o'clock. So, yeah, we kind of we're spending this hour chit-chatting about our weekends and everything. For those watching online, we do have the video stream up. Tanner's off today, so we just got the camera with our static shot, not just hanging out. We don't have any new guests or anything today. We're just replaying and having a little 4th of July celebration show here as we celebrate our independence together. Yeah. Yeah.
We're independent. We're together.
Together. It's like the one-man lone wolf pack or whatever.
Then the three-man wolf pack.
But so I kind of talked about the UFO stuff there earlier this hour. So Saturday we went up to Lincoln and then Fort Stanton and then we went to Ruidoso and then capped off the night at the Flying J Ranch there.
Nice.
And so I had a good day.
Are they back to doing shows up there?
They are, and they had
Very cool.
They were very thankful that they had a full crowd. I mean, they were every table had guests and everything. It was good to see, and I know they're very thankful for that. If you've never been to the Flying J Ranch, that's a fun little jaunt. I think everybody should go. Take your family out there at least once. My wife and I, we've been there about 500 times. I don't say we go every summer, but almost.
Oh, yeah.
We try to go and go. But we haven't been in a few years, obviously COVID and things. So it was fun to go back and see that. What they do, it's up in Alto, New Mexico.
Right.
And they have a little town there, the town of Bonita. And it's not a real town. It's just a fun little town they have there. It's based on actually the Bonita Lake and then, of course, the town of Bonito, if y'all hear that story. They actually have a little placard that kind of explains how there was all kinds of murders and things happen there, and it's a ghost town, and the town just couldn't come back from the murders and ended up just disappearing.
Who can?
Yeah. So, but it's it's all in that area.
Sure.
But anyway, so they do. Of course, they have a little fun thing where, about 5:30, you get there, and they got the little town there, and you can go and do some shopping, and then they have like the kids can go and ride ponies and shoot pistols and do various things.
Go buy a little pop gun and stuff at the
They do a little
souvenir shop,
little pre-fiddle session there. Well, 3 of the Wranglers.
They always have like that like the tub of the polished rocks. Yes. So you can get a bag of rocks.
Yeah, they were gold panning or whatever they call that. And then they have they do like about right before the gun show. They do a gun show where they have a traditional fun gun show, and then you go in and have Chuck Winnigan dinner, and then the Flying J Wranglers do a show afterwards, and it's a great. Everything's fun. Everything. The musicians they're just uber good. I don't care if you don't even like bluegrass country, any of the country western. If that's not your thing, I don't care.
Right.
You can the musicianship and it's just fun and enjoyable.
Yeah.
So even if you're not jamming out to country western music all the time, you'll still enjoy their show because they're so great.
Once you get yourself into that the town and immerse yourself in the experience, you kind of let go of this isn't my genre of music.
Well, they jam. Like those guys are all the it's all strings.
Yeah.
I mean they have singing and whatnot, but they got a gentleman with a stand-up bass. He plays stand-up bass and mandolin. Then they have a championship fiddler. Of course, the Hobbs family. They're she's a championship yodeler.
Right.
He's a musician in and of its own right. And then they've got another guy that's like their other string man who plays several of the guitars, banjo, slide, guitar. He multi-string, and that's and so they're great. They're very talented musicians. Worth it. If you've never seen them, they got you can go online and get CDs and stuff. But as a matter of fact, just a quick plug for them because they're they ain't paying us no money, but they're great. They're great people.
Absolutely.
They're doing a Christmas show this year.
Oh,
so,
really?
Like a lot of times they'll go out and do sometimes they'll do Christmas shows at the Ocotillo or here in town or out the Spencer. They're going to be doing like the Flying J Ranch a Christmas show.
Okay.
And they'll do the Chuck Wagon dinner, and I'm guessing they'll probably do some of the pre-festive stuff a little bit different, and then your dinner after dinner it's going to be a Christmas show and all their Christmas stuff. So
that is going to be a little different too because
that's
a lot
new.
colder.
Yeah, that's new for that for them. So
very cool.
You can go on their website and start getting reservations and stuff now. But we did that in the evening. But first we went to Lincoln and took Linda and Randy, they've never been, and so we kind of most everything was open. Some of the buildings, the visitor center,
right,
the courthouse, the Murphy store, that's open. You can go through those. There was one or two of the buildings on the up street there that you can kind of walk in, but some you couldn't. Like the Tunstall store, you couldn't go in, and that's always one fun to go and walk through and see. You could go through one of the churches, but there was a couple of the other buildings they were closed. The doctor's office wasn't available to go through and things, but we still got to see a lot of cool stuff, and they were very. But and then we went to Fort Stanton, which I've never been. I mean, I've driven through Fort Stanton, but I've never stopped, got out, looked at the fort, and did all that. And they've got a great museum out there. Okay. That matter of fact, do y'all know about the Fort Stanton Caverns that's down there? I don't think the public can go into the caverns, but they've got a whole display there at the museum. That cavern has a footprint equal to Carlsbad Caverns.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just not as famous as the Carl. It's not. I don't. Yeah, I don't think it's because I was seeing some of the pictures and things. It's. I mean, they have rooms that you can stand up and walk in. Right. But there's a lot of areas where you're scooting around on your belly and things like that. And I don't think they really open those kind of caverns up to public.
Yeah, there's one up in up near Albuquerque. I went to when I was a little kid. I just remembered this the other day because my mom posted one of her memories of pictures from there. It's called Sandia Man Cave.
Okay,
it's like right up there in the Sandia Mountains, obviously. And it's just like that. There are spots in there where you can kind of get in, and there's like full like cavern rooms. But for the most part, you're shimmying, kind of shimmying through these little narrow
spelunking.
Yeah, which. As I was getting deeper and deeper into these, and I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it's open to the public or not, or if my mom just found this cave, but I was getting deeper and deeper. I'm just thinking, I'm getting further and further from humanity. You don't realize how far into it, like the side or the face of a mountain you're walking until you realize, I'm so far from humanity right now.
It's scary and cool all at the same time. When I was in the Boy Scouts as a teenager, we'd go to the higher adventure camps and things, and one of them was caving, one of the outposts, and we got to go into this cave. But yeah, it's not like Carlsbad. The entrance to the cave is a hole about, I don't know, 6-8 feet. But as soon as you go through that hole, you've got to get on your belly and crawl about, 10-15 feet on your stomach because the ceiling is about 1.5 feet, 2 feet tall. So you're on your belly.
That gave me legit anxiety just hearing you describe it.
Yeah.
Because I always think that's going to be the moment that like the earthquake's going to happen and the mountain's just going to settle.
Yeah. Well, and the part that's a little unnerving is because you're wearing a helmet with the light on it and the whole thing, you can't lay on your belly and lift your head up normal to look forward because you would be bumping the thing. So you got to kind of do this because you got
sideways head. By the way,
you got an extra couple inches of with helmet and light there that doesn't give you the room. So when your head's bumping the ceiling and you're trying to go through, and you're kind of thinking this is really cool. But if you stop and let your brain start thinking, then you're like, oh my goodness, what happens? I'm in the center of the earth here, And,
that weird moment.
So there is that.
You don't realize that maybe you do have claustrophobia. Like, I didn't realize I have that until you hear you describe it. Like that sounds terrible. One of the biggest fears for me is this used to give me anxiety when I watched Fear Factor. Is the ones where they have to go underwater and into like a tube.
Well, and that's where, because this cave had some rooms where you could stand and crawl around, but then there was areas like there was one area where it started standing, and I'm walking through it, and then I'm getting to where I have to hunch over to walk. But what was happening? There was water, and so the water was rising while the entrance was getting narrower. So it got to a point where the water was up to about nipples.
Right. And did you guys make it out?
Oh yeah, no, we did not.
I mean, never made it. There were no survivors.
Look under my shirt. Opaque.
It's like it's right here. I'm a character.
It's opaque.
Caricature. Turns out.
But anyway, now, but so that was one time I was like, you know what? I'm done going down this path. Let's turn around and go back because I don't know how much farther this, and I don't breathe water. So let's turn around and go back.
Yeah,
but
I would think at that point
it was a cool experience. But yeah, there are moments of like, and I don't consider myself claustrophobic, but there were moments like
if it even slightly started to rain at that point.
Yeah, you're like, what happens? This thing fills up. I've seen too many of these movies that you're like, I don't want it, but it's really cool. do that. Anyway, back to Fort Stanton.
Yeah, right,
I got sidetracked. But and I've never been through those. They got an awesome museum, and those buildings that you've probably seen all the barracks and stuff. A lot of them are open during there, and you can go and walk through. And it's amazing that history of that fort, because everywhere from. Because this is the part I explained to Randy, and I was like, okay, you're going to go over here. And then you see that big, because they have, if you've ever seen the cemetery when you go through Fort Stanton, there's that little obelisk memorial there.
Oh, right.
Kind of looks like the Washington Monument for folks that don't know what I'm talking about. That is a Merchant Marine memorial.
Oh, really?
And so most people are like, wait a minute, Merchant Marines? We're in New Mexico. Ain't a whole lot of coastline hanging out on our, doing merchant duties. But back in the day, 1800s, and when Merchant Marines, if they came down with tuberculosis and things, they moved them to the higher, drier climates where they could breathe better and live out their days. So they would take them up to Fort Stanton to learn how to live out their days. And when they passed away, they buried them in the cemetery out there. So there's a bunch of Merchant Marines that passed away from tuberculosis, and they're all buried in the mountains of New Mexico.
You're telling me they treated Merchant Marines like my dad treated my first dog?
Well,
we're going to send them off to a nice farm. You're going to have plenty of room to run around.
Kind of, yeah.
It never happened.
That was a German, like we had our German POWs. That was a camp during World War II. They sent them up there and did a bunch of work and things up there.
They were not work camps. They were fun camps. Punch was served.
Well, because the camp, the actual fort started in like 1855, so it was predates Civil War, and during the Civil War, it was in Confederate hands for a hot minute, and then it was abandoned, and then Kit Carson came in and reestablished it, and then it was a fort up and through World War I and everything else until they shut it down, and now it is what it is today.
Kit Carson, Omaha, Nebraska DJ?
No,
wow,
different Kit Carson.
I'm like, wow, that dude really made waves.
Kit Carson, military leader and cowboy.
Kit Carson, he stood on the front lines against Kid Craddock. It was a bloody battle, a bloody day.
Kid Rock came in. And then Billy the Kid just came in and said, I'm the kid, and just handled business. And there's your Lincoln County War.
Today, we battled the Grease Man. Waddle doodle!
And you know what? I think, and this is okay. Now I've been in New Mexico a long time, long time. So I feel that this is my home now. Yeah, I got 20 plus years in New Mexico.
We've adopted you.
Yeah. But if you want to understand why this state is so screwed up when it comes to politics and everything else, just spend the day reading all the literature at Lincoln County there, because that corruption from back then, I mean, this state has been corrupt long before, and that's why it took so long for this thing to become a state, because the corrupt politicians here were like, no, I don't want to be a state. I'm too fat on the hog here.
Yeah.
So, that's why we're screwed up to this day, even in our legislation stuff. And I just read through the thing, and I'm reading who did what and begat this and all this.
That's why we're so good at it.
And I'm like,
we've been doing this for years.
This is the history of this state from long before statehood. And it's fascinating to read and stuff. But when I look at today's political landscape and the world we live here in New Mexico, and I look and I said, well, there's why right there. Look at the history. And so, you want to understand New Mexico better? Go to Lincoln. Read all through there. You'll get a good understanding of how this, the state of New Mexico and the politics of the time and before it and after it and everything else. It's kind of interesting. One thing, a factoid I learned reading in Lincoln, because I've been through Lincoln several times, so I just missed this little nugget. There was a short but brief last Lincoln County War, and it was later in the early 1900s when the town of Lincoln lost their county seat, when they kind of started moving counties around and cutting up counties and all that.
Right.
Lincoln, the town of Lincoln, lost the county seat status of the county seat of Lincoln. It's now Carrizozo, which I think most people know, especially people that live in Lincoln. But when they did that switch from Lincoln to Carrizozo, there was a kerfluffle there, and they called it the last Lincoln County War. And like when the state officials came to get the records out of the Lincoln County Courthouse to move them to Carrizozo, they were met with armed people not letting them take it.
I was going to say, was there any bloodshed?
And so, yes.
Wow.
There was a little bit of kerfuffle. So that it's just, and I just read that. I'm like, of course, because that's New Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's just things are handled differently, and that still kind of carries over to this day a little bit.
Yeah.
So, but
Just how we do things.
yeah, but Fort Stanton, I never got to tour that before, and I didn't realize there was that much there, and I'm glad I found out wrongly how awesome it is. So, if you do the Lincoln and all that thing, they have a combo deal. Because I think it's like $7 to go to Lincoln to do to view everything per person, and I think it's like the same for Fort Stanton. But for like, you can do like a $10 per person and it gets you into both places, and it's good for the weekend. So like we bought it Saturday. Sorry, I can't take your call right now. But so we bought it, but we could have used it for Sunday. We didn't because we didn't go back. But I didn't finish looking at Fort Stanton. I ain't finished, so I got to go back up there. I'm going back up there.
I'm a double dip.
I got to go back in there. Well, I'm going to get new tickets. My other expire, but I want to go back through there and highly recommend folks go if you're looking for things to do with family. Yeah, that's a great opportunity. And I would do it the way we did it. Go hit Lincoln, go there, and then go up to Ruidoso. Maybe do a little shop because we did that. Did a little shopping and went to and you know what? We went to the place that I always spend money in, and I don't think I had to spend money this time.
Really?
I think so, because they didn't have exactly what Kim wanted, so I was
the casino.
I was off the hook. No, Casa Decor. There's a place there, and they have amazing art, decor, furniture, but it's kind of like going through a maze. It's just rooms of stuff, and you just keep going. You get lost. You can spend hours in there. But I never get out of there cheap. That's just, I know. So I love the place, but I hate the place.
Right.
Because I know my wife's in here, I'm in trouble. Hide the wallet, the whole nine.
Oh, sorry, left in the car, honey. She's like, oh, that's fine. I got my car. Dang it.
But they have amazing stuff. But I got off relatively cheap this time. So
nice.
Victory.
No, well done. That's what I like about New Mexico, though, is you can really like pick a thing and make that. You can go off on a day adventure. Like, if you want to learn history, you can do what Mike did. If you want to, just explore natural wonders, you can head over to Carlsbad, head down to head up north to the Blue Hole. If you're looking for a more modern experience, there's always the Albuquerque. There's cruises. We're literally like in a perfect spot to just get out and do stuff, like day trip nation.
Yeah. There's a lot out there. So please get out there and do it. Now hopefully maybe the UFO festival weekend, say, do stuff locally here. And hopefully some took advantage of that. We'll now expand that. Go out to Fort Stanton and all these places, they could use your visitors and things because, they're coming up from COVID World too. And
we had our tourists. Now it's our turn.
Yeah. And I think Old Lincoln Days will be coming up here around the 1st of August. That's a great weekend to go up to Lincoln if you never did that. We didn't do Capitan this time.
This is the 85th anniversary, if I'm not mistaken.
Of the
80th anniversary of the last
Last Escape of Billy Kid Pageant.
Last Escape of Billy, the 80th anniversary.
Which the script that they perform, the actual Last Escape Pageant, is as old. It was written by people that lived during the Lincoln County War.
Yeah.
Those 3-year period of the Lincoln County War, in particular those 5 days when all the stuff that the movies portray.
All that breaks loose.
Yeah. We didn't get a chance to do the Capitan thing because we wanted to get Fort Stanton, and but we just ran out of time. So next time they come back, we'll go to Capitan and see Smokey the Bear.
Maybe if Ron over here wasn't taking so much time digging a history lesson over at Fort Stanton, maybe we could have fit more activities into our day.
Yeah. Well, I was learning there. I wasn't the knowledgeable in there. I was Link and I kind of have some knowledge, so But Fort Stanton, I was just learning.
I just imagine that while you're like I know you don't have a tail, but I just imagine while you're standing there reading, tail wagging, like your family's just standing at the door going.
No, Randy's a history buff too, so he was digging all of that stuff. And my wife, that's cool. Like some of it. Like if I tell it in a right way to make if I can pick the more interesting parts of a story, I can get her into it. But if I start going, well, the forces were here, and she's glassy eyed and all that. But
what you need to do is you always need to have somebody with a harmonica behind you. Just.
Yeah, get that Ken Burns sound. I need to. That's why to this day the movie Seabiscuit, because they have the same dude that narrates what's his name, John McClellan or McClellan, what's his name? I can't remember the guy's name that who's the voiceover guy that he did the Civil War.
Right.
He did the Seabiscuit movie and all. I can't. It's like John.
Google.
It's like John McClellan or McClellan. I can't remember, but But that voice, yeah, that's in my head. So every time I think Civil War, you're walking around, it's like, in 1872.
David McCullough.
McCullough, that's it. I know it's David. I was thinking John, but I was close.
It says David also brings up Ken Burns, Gary Sinise, and Rosalie Ingram Burns.
There you go. Yeah.
Famous voiceover artist / Lieutenant Dan.
Speaking of history real quick, if you got Amazon Prime, there's 2 seasons of a little show that I checked out. It's if you love like history documentaries, you're going to love the show. If you don't, then you're not. So be warned. If this is for people that's a little egg-headed like me, it's called it's Hidden Mysteries is what it's called. And so they take certain events that we kind of know about and then give us some of the deeper history that kind of isn't, or even something that was trying to be hidden. Was this the reason why? And they cover Salem witch trials. Right. They cover Pearl Harbor.
Other than the official story.
Yeah, I think folks will take a interest in is look at the one on General Pulaski. General Pulaski one would consider maybe he's the godfather of the cavalry. He was a Revolutionary War hero. He's I think he's Polish by descent, but yeah, he was a prominent in the Revolutionary War. He was killed in Georgia, Savannah, during those battles there, and they've got a big monument to him and all this there. But integral. But here's the thing: this whole episode, he may not be a man.
What now?
Yes, they think he might be transsexual. One of the and what I mean, not the.
You kind of buried the lead on that one.
Well, this is what I'm saying. This is where it gets good. This is what these shows are about.
So did he, for what's worth.
But he was. I'm not talking about a cross-dresser. I'm not talking about that. He was a man that had the where he's got both male and female.
Oh, hermaphrodite.
Hormone. Yeah, that's what they called them then, but they got a new term for it now.
Sure.
But yeah, he had because they're doing the bones, and so it was kind of a rumor thing and all. But yeah, because they had this remains in the memorial, and so they spend the whole time trying to determine if this is him or not, or could it be, and they do a lot. But the bones, the hip bones, were very female. They were, other parts were male, bone structure and things, but the hip area was female, and so and he, if you look at his history, he was kind of a loner, never dated, never, and they think that was his secret. He was hiding that. And then if you go back to his birth records and things, and a lot of things, the way they did and handled stuff back in that day, his was different. He had disclaimers like he's at home because of, and I can't remember the term they used, but like it's a term like when things aren't right. And so they think it was all hiding this what he had.
I got to go do country radio.
Yeah.
But let me just give you props on simultaneously getting me that glazed over look on my face. And then right at the last second, fish hooking me in. You fish hooked me in with that one. I'm like, might be a what now?
Yeah.
Well played, sir.
Hidden Mysteries. Check it out. It's on Amazon Prime. It's a new thing I've dug up, and I like it a lot. All right, it is 8:51. Let's do this. Let's pause for some local news, weather, and your business update and all that good stuff. Quick break as well. We'll be back. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters. And good morning, 8:57. Next hour, we're going to play our interview we had with Chaves County Manager Bill Williams. He joined us Friday talking ICIP, and that's you're like, huh? That's they're having a meeting later on this month, and they each year the county, cities, they have a list of projects that they need to get done and would like the state to fund, and they have to put these projects on this list, and they have to order them by priority and things like that. And then when and if funds become available, the state goes to these lists and says, we're going to fund this project, or whatever. But they got to get that list up and ready, and so they're going to have the county's going to have their meeting later on this month to kind of finalize that list and stuff. So Bill came in to tell us all about what that is, what that means, explains the meeting, of course, invites, it's a county commission meeting, open to the public, and recommend folks come out and hear all about that. So we're going to play that interview for you here in just a few minutes. Kind of just wrapping up, trying to put a little bit of button on the trip. Overall, had a great weekend with family in town. I hope all of you guys did too, and got a chance to kind of get out there and do some stuff here in Roswell and in our community in this area. And it was a lot of fun. We had a good time, and I highly recommend if you're looking for a little day trip for your family and all that, go do the Lincoln thing. Go to Sport Stanton. If you can get time to go to Capitam and all that stuff, and then check out the Flying J Ranch. I was talking, with them as we're getting food, and they were so just happy that the place was full again, and people are coming back. Obviously, I'm sure that. Money is very tight when it comes to those operations and things, and they do a great job out there. But I think it's happy to see that it's back full again, and people are coming and enjoying the thing and eating and celebrating and dancing and having fun. So, Flying J Ranch, go check it out. It's definitely worth it. All right, it is closing in on 9 o'clock. We're going to pause here for some town hall news, and then we'll come back here on the other side of Town Hall News. By the way, for our video folks, we do have the video up and going. Tanner's not here today. It's just me and Sean holding down. We're doing the show here. But we have the video up. It's just our static shot with us talking. We're not that talented to do all the stuff Tanner does. So we'll be back on the other side. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, or Roswell, New Mexico. Don't go away. Good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Tres Inviernos.
Of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy 5-0 July, the day after our celebrated 4th of July.
Cinco de Julio.
National holiday today.
Yep.
As most spend, get to enjoy the day off.
Mm-hmm.
So don't go looking at your looking at your stock portfolios or your mailbox today, because you'll find nothing going on there.
Nothing of the sorts.
But, and I imagine some business will be closed, others will be open doing their things.
Sure.
But anything government related or probably bank related, probably not happening today.
The usual things that are closed on a federal holiday are going to be closed today.
Yeah.
You can probably get yourself some McDonald's.
Yeah.
But don't go looking to mail a package.
MAIL a package.
Yeah. Don't go. Fair enough. Don't try to be renewing your license down at MVD. It just won't happen.
Yeah, not today, but other things. So enjoy.
Yeah.
We're just, Sean and I, don't feel bad for us. We're only working till another hour, and then we're going to be amongst you all.
Yep.
Yeah, so don't worry. We're not like sacrificing that much.
We're gonna take one quick look at the production folder and laugh at not doing anything, and then we're gonna walk away.
Heads for the hills.
Right.
Yes.
Do that thing where we walk around, turn off all the lights, and then we set the keys down on the counter and pat them.
Yep.
Twice.
And then this is a bit obscure reference for some, but then we do the old Clerks sachet out the door from Clerks. The old, you know what I'm talking about. That's exactly
you gotta do the head. You gotta do the head dip.
Yeah, you gotta get the arms moving just right, and we're out.
There you go. RST video.
We're gonna go up on the roof and play hockey.
go sneak into a funeral.
Now that I think about it, that would be an awesome place for some hockey. Hey, Modesto, can we get the?
You know what? Dude, I would be way too scared. Like, you check somebody, next thing you know, there's
so many
street
slap
pizza.
shots going out amongst the
put out a window at the bank building.
Yeah, man, I'm kind of digging this. Yeah, maybe lay off the hip checks on the boards.
Yeah.
That's quite a drop. But man, little hockey on the roof, a la Clerks.
How'd you spend your 5th of July? Roof hockey.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
I never expected you to answer that way, but fair enough. Roof hockey it was.
Yeah, I'm sure Colt and them were like, there's no way I'm letting them up there on that roof doing that thing.
I didn't get to share my story last hour. But I will keep them anonymous. But I watched last night as the combination of the ability to buy alcohol all over town and the copious amounts of fireworks. I saw those two things rear their ugly heads simultaneously.
Yeah.
As I watched someone, first of all, there was a big display, and for some reason,
cornucopia of fireworks going off,
a fountain of whatnots over here,
fountain of Wayne's,
and for some reason, great band. For some reason, there was just like a little something on fire on the ground. So I see my friend walk over, and she has these two very long sticks in her hand. I'm like, what's going on here? Like, these aren't
sparklers,
like mini rockets. So I'm like, okay, what's going on? So she was like, she dips it in the fire. I'm like, and then I hear, those are bottle rockets. And I see her hold them up and just hold them up.
Not let them go?
I don't know if she thought they were Roman candles.
Or sparklers or something?
These things simultaneously both just start going off while she's holding them.
Did she feel it like trying to pull out of her hand?
Maybe. I don't know.
Because that's what gives it the lift.
The upward momentum. But
yeah, that's why they call bottle rockets. The bottle part is not your hand.
Yeah, and and then I saw, a couple people dive for her and kind of like push them out of her hand to where they were on the ground. That's when they kind of pop. But
yeah,
it was quite the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad. I think no one was hurt.
Nobody was seriously injured.
Good.
I have to check into this, see if everything's okay. But yeah, please, reduce any extra fireworks you still have. Please get rid of those responsibly.
Well, and at best, you're going to earn weird nicknames like Oven Mitt Jones or something. You know what I mean? Because you got to walk around with an oven mitt all the time on your hand.
No, it couldn't be. I was like, do you think that's what happened? Oh, nah, it couldn't be.
Are you the hamburger helper hand?
Old glove mitten. I wonder if that's what happened to him. Can't help but wonder,
Yeah.
You see something, you don't know the backstory.
Yeah.
But
you don't want to be called Senior Mittens.
That's true. You You don't want to be that guy that can never fully point to something.
That's right. Which way are you going? What's that nubbin thing you just point at?
Over there.
Yeah.
You want me to hook left?
Think of all the times you can't pick your nose.
Yeah, exactly.
And I know everybody does it. Everyone's like, "Oh, that's no." You get alone and you got a bat in the cave.
Yep.
Ain't no one running for tissues.
Right.
First thing goes up there is Mr. Index Finger, about a knuckle or two.
It's when you start looking at these, you start trying to figure out circumferences.
And you're like, "Hey, this one's got a little more nail on it. I
Yeah,
could get
exactly. What can I do to kind of extract here?
Yeah,
You know?
I could pull out I could do some gold panning here. But yeah, all those days are gone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Say goodbye.
Finger foods, a thing of the past.
Your friends are gonna start calling you Stubbs.
Yeah, that's right. Gonna have to.
I say anybody that has any extra fireworks. After driving through Roswell last night, nobody has any extra fireworks.
We'll find out tonight because it'll be just like tonight. Tonight will be round 2.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure everybody fired up. I'm pretty sure hundreds of thousands of dollars went up in smoke last night.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. Absolutely.
But
okay, we're not going to hear the reports like last night, but I bet there is another or if there's any left at the fireworks stores, they're making runs today. Because they're like, what do you want to do today? Let's blow some more stuff up.
Right.
And then they're going to go and do that, and God bless you as long as you ain't messing up my world or anybody else's, and be careful out there.
Yeah, supporting local business. I'm all for it.
I know there is city, about what you can do in the city and the county, and I will tell you, obey all laws and do what you got to do. But, do what
fireworks were never really my thing.
I'm always been a you do you as long as you don't mess with me. Right. So this is all God bless you, have fun.
Fireworks were never really my thing. I mean, I'll go and watch other people's fireworks, but it just feels like way too much money you're just putting in the air.
I'm not a fan of it myself. I'm not, and mine's a little bit of the other side because I understand there's people that get triggered by that stuff.
Sure.
Veterans, et cetera. And so I'm a little bit more cognizant of that. I kind of feel like, hey, I love fireworks and everything else, but we should put them at places where people can go that want to go. The people that don't want to have to deal with that should be able to go to a place where they don't have to deal with that. Right. And unfortunately, when everyone's blown up in front of your house, it's hard to find places to do that. So so I am a little bit, I kind of lean on that just to be courteous to others.
You're a bit mortar shy, for lack of a better term.
You do your thing. I've never been one, but yeah, if you ask my opinion, I'm not a big fan of that kind of stuff. So
just other ways to celebrate, usually with smoked meats.
That's right. I love smoked meats. You want to smoke things, meats.
Me too.
I'll smoke meats all day. I love them. God bless meats and smoking them. It is 9:14. Let's get you up to date on the weather. Thank you, Steve. Currently, 78 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 60% with winds out of the west at 8 miles per hour. We do have a 40% chance at some showers today. Mostly sunny otherwise with a high of 91 and southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Our chance of rain bumps up to 60% tonight. They're saying mainly before 9 p.m. Mostly cloudy with an overnight low of 70 and south winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Tuesday, we're looking at a 50% chance of showers during the day. Otherwise, partly cloudy, highs right around 86 tomorrow. Winds will be out of the north, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tuesday night, we're looking at a 70% chance at showers and thunderstorms. Mostly cloudy with an overnight low of 69 and southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Looking at the rest of the week, on Wednesday, we're looking at a 60% chance of showers, mainly for the afternoon, partly cloudy, high of 85. Thursday, mostly sunny with a high of 89. Friday, sunny, highs right around 91. And then looking at the weekend, there is that 30% chance of showers Saturday, mostly sunny, 89. A 20% chance of showers on Sunday, mostly sunny, highs right around 89 as well, too. So rain today, tomorrow, Wednesday, probably not much on Thursday, Friday, and then maybe some slight chances this weekend. But Need the moisture. I know we got a lot. We need more. Just keep it coming. All right. It is 16 minutes after 9 o'clock. Let's go ahead and take our commercial break. And then on the other side of the break, we're going to play our interview. We had Chavez County Manager Bill Williams join us in studio Friday talking about their upcoming County Commission ICIP meeting happening later on here in around the 22nd, somewhere in that ballpark. He talks all about it in the interview here. But we talk about, what ICIP is and all that stuff. So that's coming up on the other side. Don't go away. You, my friends, are listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. We'll be back. Don't go away. And good morning. It is 9:58. If you missed any part of our show, we just did some replays and some chatting about our fourth weekend and all that. But you can go back and catch the whole show, ksvptv.com or our 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM Facebook wall. With our video today, it's just a static shot in the audio. Tanner's off today, and Sean and I are radio guys. We're not video guys. So but it's all there. You got it up there, and they'll have it, and it'll be saved. There's nothing really to separate from today because our two interviews were replays. You can find them there right now at ksvptv.com with Bill Williams and with the folks from Job Corps. They're both there right now for you to listen to. And if you want to catch our other stuff, then you just go and scroll through the hour there. It's sporadically throughout in different spots. But yeah, check it out. We'll be back tomorrow. The normal show, everything back to normal tomorrow. I know we'll have the folks from Walker Aviation Museum join us at the top of the hour in the 7 o'clock top of the show tomorrow, and we'll have guests and everything else for you. But you can go ahead and catch it all there. I want to thank everyone for allowing us to be a part of your day today, especially those that even woke up. There's probably one or two. Woke up and just to listen anyway, even though they have to go to work or do their regular routines today. So big thank you to those. And for those that slept in this morning, point them to the website there, and they can catch our nonsense there. But we'll be back tomorrow. Big thank you. We've got Travis and Sexton show coming up here in just a few minutes, and then we'll go on throughout the day. I think it's a new show. Don't quote me on that, but I think they have a new show tomorrow or today. So have a great day. We'll talk to you bright and early 7 a.m. tomorrow. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk